Hey everyone, I've made this little mini album about our trip to the county fair, and I showed you guys all how I did it, but I kind of wanted to just walk you through the end of it because there's always those like last minute little details that you do. So obviously this is the cover. I took a picture and I printed it on watercolor paper, and I just watercolored the edges. I'm still not 100% sure how much I like this technique. It didn't come out exactly the way I expected it to, but I liked it well enough. And then I just put that little washi ticket on there, a little vellum heart, and then the flare badge. And one thing I will say about the ticket, it doesn't show up very well. You cannot tell that it said, I think it was like 3 and Tuesday. It's very, very light. But I don't mind. I just kind of like the gray ticket on there. So, and you guys saw me put all this together, and I'm going to narrate those videos, but I'm doing this one live first. I know it's kind of out of order, so I'm going to try not to repeat stuff all the time. So you'll see this in the videos, or you've seen it in the videos, so I'm just going to kind of flip through. And basically, I just decided the order, kind of however it made sense. I love putting in these little details that they aren't anything, they're just something to flip through. So, but I just tried to kind of organize it by a few different categories, you know. That was obviously like family. This was how the weather was, which normally it's so hot and the weather was so nice that I had to take a picture. And this little tag, as you can tell, the white picket fence paint did not show up very well. There's like a subtle texture and color, but I just kind of like the background it gave, and I just put those little balloons on there. And then that obviously was really easy and simple. And again, this is a photo that I printed out on the watercolor paper. And then this is still kind of sticking, which is a big problem. So I don't know if I'm going to have to redo this or not, because, oh, it messed up my photo. So I don't know if that was because I let it set or what, but hopefully that'll be dry now and it won't stick to anything. That says Today Was Magical, and that's from Dear Lizzie. And actually, I mean, I don't really mind that. It just kind of looks aged to me, or like distressed, so I'll probably just leave that the way it is. And then, obviously, I mean, you guys saw me put all this together. One thing to be sure of when you're putting pages back to back, I pretty much glued all mine together at the first, and that was kind of a problem because when I did the misting on this, it came out green around the edges, so that's why I edged this in green. It wasn't part of my plan, but it kind of worked in the end. So I just kind of go with the flow. I'm not going to reprint things. I'm not going to redo things. I pretty much just try to make it work. And this one, I loved that these two kind of went with the yellow and green colors in that photo. It's just kind of funny. You just pull stuff from your stash, and it doesn't, it matches. You don't even think that that's what you're looking for, but just the yellow and green match. They're both kind of circle things. That little button I've had for probably like 2 years. It's just been in my stash. So I love it when things work out. That one, it's not as clear. You can't really read what it says, so I'm thinking of putting something else behind there, but it says, why the hell not? And then here's the Enjoy the Adventure. Now this had a picture on the back of it. And whenever I punched it, there was a staple down here, and it obviously wasn't going to go through the staple. I thought I could still make it work until I realized that I had punched through my forehead. The picture was right here. I punched through my forehead. Yeah, it didn't look so hot, so I just peeled the picture off. Maybe I'll put it in there again, but for now I feel like this album's finished, so maybe I'll print like a small photo and put it on there, but I'm not sure. And as you can tell, like the album doesn't line up perfectly. That does not bother me. I made it that way intentionally. I didn't want to be fussy about where I was putting things. I had a general idea. I knew that the rings would obviously be going on what side, but I pretty much just left it very organic as to where I put things and punched the holes. This is a sideways page because I love this photo as a 4x6, so I really wanted to keep it as a 4x6. and it doesn't really bother me that it's sideways. I love the die cut. I am loving my silhouette. I spent probably 3 hours on my silhouette the other night. Just printing stuff out and doing some cuts, so I was super happy. Again, this page came together really, really easily. All the colors just kind of, I found them and they worked. This, the only problem was, like, I punched through that. It doesn't really bother me. Not really at all. So I'd rather have it like hanging off and have that little texture or something different and have a hole through it than not have it there at all. And this, you guys saw, there's a little journaling card in here, and I purposely left it up so high you know that you can pull it out and then it doesn't interfere with the rings. And then the only thing I added to this was this little flare badge because it was looking kind of bland and boring without it. Another little filler card. This is What a Perfect Moment. On the back of it, I've left it blank so far. I might do some journaling, but I feel like I don't really have a ton to journal about, so I don't know if I'll just leave it blank or if I'll journal on it, but it doesn't really bother me either way. Picture my cute little man, my little dog. And again, I punched through that. I knew at the time, and I was trying to move it down a little, but then I was going to punch through that arrow, so I just kind of left it the way it was. Didn't really bother me. There's that die cut. Happy. I thought it looked really cool. I love this cardstock. I love that it's a cloud because it was such a nice day out. And I love that it says happy. So I tried to make, since I knew I was committing to this photo being like the wrong way, technically, I tried to make other things that went that way as well. Here's another one of those little things. It's just cute to flip through. It says Contagious Laughter. And then on the back, Cotton Candy 10 cents. And I did that misting around it to give it that pink edge. Again, really, really simple. This is probably one of my favorite pages of all in the album. I've loved this crepe paper. Actually, almost all of this was crepe paper, except for this little tag. The enamel dots were from different companies, but I love crepe paper, the Pure collection. It came out last year, but we just didn't do a lot last summer, so I didn't have many layouts to work with it. But I'm loving that I was able to use so much of the Pure collection this summer on this layout. I just love the crepe paper line as a whole, but the Pure was super cute. So like I said, this is just one of my favorite layouts, and I definitely have so many enamel dots. I just pulled from my stash and found colors that worked for this spread. And usually, I mean, if you just dig through your stash, you can find the colors that you need probably. Here's a sweet picture of my darling grandma. Love her so much. Was so glad to be able to bring her a funnel cake, and I even got a picture. She's not looking at me. She never looks in photos or smiles whenever she does look. So I got a photo of her with the funnel cake, and I just wanted to be happy with that, and I am. So, and I love the way this page turned out. A little bit monochromatic, kind of with the like pink and gold or pink and wood color, but I love it. And then obviously this page, funnel cake, is pretty much the whole reason why I go to the fair. So really, really like the way this one turned out. And then there's the last page, which is kind of a, this was just kind of a filler picture, but I like the way the layout turned out. I thought the pink kind of made it seem like it was like pink lemonade because it had like yellow here and, you know, the pink splatters, and they are shimmery because it's that Heidi Swapp stuff. I think it's called Primrose. Yeah, Primrose. And I just got this like a couple weeks ago. It was on sale at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance, so it kind of worked out perfect. And then that was just, again, something that I had in my stash for a really long time. And then for the back of it, I just did this plain chipboard piece. It's actually what I have all my embellishments collected on, and I just cut it down to size. And it's kind of boring and blank, but I thought that worked perfect for the back. I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I kind of like the way it is. I don't really feel the need to do anything more to it. But, so, anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed doing this mini album and putting it all together. I'm not going to lie. It took me a lot of time to do it. Probably about 5 hours between printing the pictures, editing them, collecting the supplies, cutting the papers down to size, and just pulling all of the embellishments and stuff and kind of getting a rough idea. Actually putting it together probably took about 3 hours total time from when I started embellishing and watercoloring and putting the layouts together to like actually putting it together. So I think it was totally worth it. I love mini albums. I forget how much I like a mini album, and then I get stressed out at the midway point where I'm like, I've pulled all of these things together and I've done everything, but I still have yet to do the album, and I get kind of stressed out. But honestly, I put it all together and I embellish everything, and I love mini albums. So I'm definitely going to be doing more in the future. Hopefully I'll skip over that stressed out period. But I really like the way it came out. And this is also a great way to use up not only a ton of your embellishments, but it's a great way to use up leftovers from your Project Life kits. I actually pulled a lot of supplies from my old Project Life kits, current ones, you know, some that were more recent and some that were like from months and months ago. And it was just a great way to pull everything together. You can use up a lot of your stash, like I said. And if you just like look through your stuff, you'll find a lot of things that coordinate. It's really surprising. So, but definitely if you've got some old Project Life kits and some embellishments or cards, just use those, and it's a great way to use up those kits and use up those cards. So I just want to thank you guys again so much for watching. I had such a fun time putting this together. I hope you guys had a fun time looking at it right now and seeing the process of how I put it all together. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this. You want to see more content soon. Subscribers are like the way that I know that I'm reaching more people, that I'm seeing you guys. I love interacting with you guys, and that's honestly the way I feel like we interact the best, is I just talk to you on YouTube or on Instagram or wherever. But I just really love doing the blog, and I love doing this channel, and I love making videos for you guys, and I love sharing everything with you, and I love seeing the ideas that you guys have or what you want to see more of. So I just want to give you guys a big old shout out. So thanks so much, guys, and I will see you again really, really soon. Thanks, and have a great day.